In an earlier chapter, we saw that the TCE trimmer is handy for changing the overall length of a performance, but maybe we don't want to change the overall length. We want to change the internal timing, maybe where the drummer hits the snare or where the singer says a certain word. So I've recorded myself counting bars and beats here at 120 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we probably don't need this to be quite that loud. Let's look at our I/O over here and change its little volume to something around there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you can hear the click back there in the background, so we'll mute the click. I was just using that for reference. We'll get rid of this I/O by option clicking on its header. And we know that this is a sample-based audio file. Back when we talked about preferences, we noticed that you do have the option to enable Elastic Audio on every single track that you create. My advice then, and still is, to enable it when you actually use it so that it's not tying up processing power that you're really not taking advantage of. So it's not enabled on this track yet, and we'll enable it by using this little oil can down here at the bottom. Now we talked about the options here for the algorithms that you're going to use in Elastic Audio. And monophonic is the one I prefer here because I'm basically using the same pitch. There aren't two pitches at once, which would be the case if I wanted polyphonic. I am a little bit rhythmic in my speech here. It seems more like monophonic is the algorithm that I want because it's not a double pitch and it's not particularly rhythmic. So Elastic is enabled now, but I still don't see it. We have to switch from waveform to analysis. And now it's drawn triggers that I can use to manipulate this audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So there are a couple more triggers than I really need probably. I don't need this one in the middle of 3. So if I option click and make that trigger go away, I probably only want 1 for the 4, not this double one. So I'll make the second one go away. Maybe a little lip smack here. Let's make that go away. Let's make this second one go away. I'm really just looking for triggers for the downbeat words. And I am going to move this guy to where the word begins. Let's move this first guy to the beginning. 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, so I have my markers where I want them. And the next step is to set warp markers. So what's a warp marker? Well, in the Pro Tools reference guide on page 847, Pro Tools does a pretty good job describing them, and it talks about rubber bands. So if you imagined a rubber band and you took a pin and you pinned the rubber band to a piece of cork, and then you could stretch it from a certain point. So that's kind of the idea here. So let's jump back to Pro Tools. And now that we've done our analysis, we want to switch to warp. And we're going to set a warp by control clicking on the 2, and then let's control click on the next 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then let's set another warp marker back here at the end. And how this works is, let's watch it go by first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. So think of these little blue triangles down here as our pins in the rubber band, and then we can stretch in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Let's bring him back over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So that's the idea. You set an anchor, and then you're able to stretch the things between the anchor points. So let's say this 3 had to happen at a certain point in time. We can see in the cursor up here that we can set it for a certain period in time, or we could set it for a particular frame of film. Lots of ways to use this. So now that you understand the concept, you can experiment with how you want to stretch things. We'll play it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. By the way, this little oil can up here in the top tells you that Elastic is operational on this audio file. So then I can switch back to waveform and know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Elastic is still operational even though I'm not seeing the markers. You want to see the markers? Switch back to warp. There they are. So that's Elastic Audio in an announcer track. Next up, we'll take a look on how we can use it in drum parts to adjust the kick and the snare, help the drummer be a little better drummer.